Good evening, friends.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir.
Good evening, sir.
Shall we start or we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes? How is going, people? You joined, Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Anshuma, nice Kannada.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Video on karo. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀ ಅಂಶುಮಾನ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಟು ಹಿಮ್ isn't it? Okay, see 2 minutes wait ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ 6 more people are joined. Okay. A new initiative of the CAPS where no doubt we are doing the revision classes, but since the tax subject being standard at inter and final, so we decided let us do something hatke and something extra. With this, we have introduced the concept of R2E. Yes, timing, I tried my level best to ensure it is not during the busy income tax return season. Especially our office going people, I think around 15-20 people are still missing them. But if I defer it, it will become too closer to your exams. And then I took a final call. Income tax should be discussed during income tax return season only. That's why I've taken a call to do it right now. Fine. So today I'll be covering probably up to salary of the house property. On Wednesday, a detailed session on business income, a little more in-depth, because there is a section which is relevant for all of us at inter as well as final. Okay, and many questions being asked. It doesn't mean that today's session is not relevant. Today's session is also extremely important, but business income is ultimate boss, isn't it? And for understanding business income, we require a lot of introduction, which is happening in today's class. And don't be under the impression I don't teach subject today. I teach exam oriented only, introduction, research status, then salary, house property, etc. will touch. We have shared the material. I've forgotten to tell you to take the printout. I'm sure some of you would use the common sense and take the printout. All the revision materials which have been shared, you should have taken a printout. A material like this, is it shared in your group? Okay, at least, yeah. All the revision material which has been shared. I think today this is the 5th subject of CA Inter. Okay, so all the revision material, please take the print and keep it. This itself is the exhaustive material. We are not going to give one more revision material for the examination time. Problems will be giving. Okay, so additional policy will be, this is the exhaustive material, as I told earlier. So this material should be taken as a base. 200 pages book. That is the book which you are going to read during your 1.5 days intermediate timing in between the two examinations. So keep the material ready. Maybe if you have taken the print, I'm happy. At least tomorrow you take care of the material ready so that you can keep underlining, highlighting. Maybe extra, the 200 pages, you can keep writing some extra point. So that book and this book put together. Please understand, let us all prepare for the better tomorrow. Better tomorrow. So we have lot of data, lot of information. Just before entering the session, I was going to, like in case of accounts, what I did, RTP, MTP, etc. So then I learned, I knew it, and I reconfirmed that cannot be done now, because all these MTP, RTPs have interconnections of almost entire income tax. So if I had to take up a question, house property, capital gains, you should know. The sub question is on capital gain. Business income is a total income. That's why I'll do it in a different way. Don't worry. Okay, so that the combination, I will be doing multiple sessions little later. Fine. With this, let's start. The most standard subject, beautiful subject, lovely subject, but CA final, yes, people are still scoring high. Okay, whereas intermediate, okay, with any new friend, okay, Chitra Prabhu Swami, okay, madam, hi. So we'll share the material, ma. And then I'll give my office number, WhatsApp number. In the WhatsApp only we'll share. Any of our new friends, non-cap sites, will share. Everybody will share. Knowledge is to share. Okay, we share with everyone. 8310, I'll give the number at the end. You take the WhatsApp number and share. Okay, take it. Okay. Now, as I said, yeah, no problem. As I said, it is standard subject, but all the cap sites for last 2 decades felt it is the most lovely and interesting and what you call scoring subject. All said and done, last 2 years, even though last 2 batches maybe, okay, of intermediate, exam has become a little more standard. Okay, so I wanted you to be prepared a little extra. That's why this session is all about. So fully focus, 2 hours with yourself. 2 hours with yourself. Taxes are the most important revenue to the government. It is not the only revenue, one of the main sources of revenue to the government. Taxes are of 2 types, direct taxes, indirect taxes. So incidence and impact is on the same person, direct tax. I am an employee of Anaga Limited. I earn a 10 lakh salary. I need to pay the tax. My neighbor will not pay the taxes. Whereas indirect taxes, incidence is on one person, impact is on another person. Liability to pay the tax is on the dealer if I'm a seller of goods. But ultimate impact is on the customer. I am selling this book for 100 rupees plus 18 rupees I charge, 118 rupees. I collect 18 rupees and pay. I don't pay anything from my pocket. So there's the indirect taxes. So GST in your syllabus of intermediate and CA final, custom duty is also going to be added. So income tax. The basic law which we are learning now is Income Tax Act of 1961 as per section 1. It is Act means Income Tax Act of 1961, which came into effect from 1/4/1962, all for MCQ, observe everything, 1/4/1962. It extends the whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, whether you go to Kanyakumari, Ramya, or Kashmir, map ulta madkodu. Okay, so entire India, what do you call it, is applicable. That's why I love this law. Okay, law is absolutely safe. Next, it is Central Act. What we're learning is a Central Act and not a local act. Next, Income Tax Act gives the provisions. Income tax rules of 1962 gives the procedures and formats. I'm an employee of Anaga Limited. She gave me 10 lakh salary, basic salary, 6 lakh taxable, straight away, no confusion. She gave me a rent-free accommodation. So 17.2 says RFA is a perquisite, tax it. But how to tax? So Rule 3 gives the mechanism of computation. So Act tells the provision, rules gives the procedure to compute. Next, Income Tax Act as told, yes, it's taxable. 192 says TDS burden. So Anaga has to do the TDS on income what she pays. Now, when she has done the TDS, I need to get a proof. The proof will be given in form number 16. The format of the form 16 is given in income tax rules. So Act gives the provisions, rules gives the procedure. So basically you need to learn, especially at intermediate level, the section knowledge, final some case laws, not all the cases. The latest case law book will be released, we'll learn that way. But section-wise knowledge at all levels is extremely important. Fine. Next, what is income tax? It is a tax on total income earned by an assessee during the previous year, chargeable to tax in assessment year. This is the beauty of repetition. Multiple times since you are repeated, so you are able to recall. Whereas some of the topics we could not repeat for want of time, you are also not repeated. That's why you don't know anything. That's why you need to repeat. Right. So tax 243 means income tax. That's it. Nothing else. Total income 2 within bracket 45. Total incomes referred in section 5. So as per section 14.1.4, try to register. This is anyway going to be YouTube also available. You can see it later also. So as per section 14, all the 5 heads of income, if you aggregate, that's called gross total income, minus deductions under chapter 6A, that gives you total income. So section 5, read with section 14, read with section 18, talks about the total income, 5 heads of income. Chapter number 4 talks about heads of income. 4A, income from salaries. Sections
15 to 17.
Very good. 4B is omitted, interest on security. 4C, chapter 4C, income from house property.
22 to 27.
Pages we need all. 4D.
28. Section 28.
So chapter 4D is the most important chapter number. You have to remember the chapter number also. So 4D, 28 to
44 dB.
44 dB. Excellent. Chapter 4E, capital gains. Yes. Sections?
Section 45 to 55A.
Let it be noise. Let it make some noise. Make some noise. You are students. 45 to 55A. So chapter 4F is dustbin. Income from other source. 56.
Section 59.
Individual can have all the 5 heads of income. Non-individual Aditi can have only 4 heads of income. The aggregate of all this is called gross total income minus through vitiaty, deductions prescribed in chapter 6A, that will give you total income. Tax is ultimately, Ananya, on total income, not on individual income. Anshuman. Fine. Next. So tax total income earned by an SSC. Crucial section you must remember. 2 within bracket 7. SSC, okay, department is okay, you are taking the tax from you. Who are you? SSC. Okay, 7 so they're putting the okay and taking the tax from you. So SSC means a person who is liable to pay tax or any other sum under this act and includes, hold on. So SSC means a person. Chandan is a person, not an SSC. Aditi is a person, not an SSC. Anshuman is working and earning 10 lakh rupees. He is a person as well as SSC. So every SSC is a person. Every person need not be SSC. So person 2 within bracket 31, Vijay, Bhumika Jain. Person includes 231. You remember individual.
HUF,
Local authority, AJP,
Artificial
person not falling in the above.
Not falling. Okay.
Mute. Immediately after answering, mute. No problem. Let it make some noise. So I repeat, now mute. It should be in the order. Individual, HF, company, firm, AOP or VY, whether incorporated or not, local authority, artificial juridical person not falling the above category. Last 3 persons, explanation, shall be called person check, whether or not the objective is profit making. Okay. Gurudwara, Shiromani, according case law. Okay. Even deities, Lord Venkateshwara, just standing and smiling and collecting crores together money. He is also a person, may not be necessary because the income is being used for charitable and religious purposes. Fine. So SSC means a person who is liable to pay tax. So Chandramodi, total income is 2,40,000, no tax. Sneha, total income is 5,10,000, there's a tax. So Chandramodi is a person but not an SSC. Sneha is a person as well as a SSC. So when you're liable to pay tax or any other person, now Anaga, so Anaga's P&L account, proprietorship, to salary to Shetty are 10 lakh. By paying salary to me, our income is only 2 lakh. Anaga is not an SSC because her income is below 2,50,000. Whereas for 10 lakh what she paid, she has to do the TDS under section 192. So TDS under section 1. So if she doesn't do the TDS, then there will be a penalty. There will be a fees for not filing. So tax or any other sum. When I say any other sum, it can be interest or
penalty
fees,
or
interest or fees, which is mandatory. You must pay. Penalty may be waived off for some reason. Okay, penalty may be waived off. So tax interest is compulsory, whereas penalty may be waived off. Suppose you're talking about a tax authority case. Tax auditor is supposed to come and sign the document, but while he's coming on the way, okay, so one of his articles has put the door before he could just open his hand, okay, hand fractured. Articles should have tried. Our articles are listening, no problem. I will not come in car in such a case. So you put the and hand fractured. Kya karenge? You cannot sign. No digital signature it works. So in that case, it can be waived off. Tax is mandatory, interest is mandatory, fees is mandatory. You don't have an option. Penalty Pratibha may be waived off, may be condoned if it is a reasonable cause. Tax or any other sum payable under this act and includes number one, person against whom the proceedings have been initiated either for his own income or the income of any other person, like clubbing later on, or representative assessing. Pawan is acting as an agent of Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton wants to do sari business in India. For doing sari business, he doesn't want to come all the way to India. He appoints Mr. Pawan as his agent. So Pawan will be considered as a representative assessee. Next, Ramya is having a minor daughter, and minor daughter is having a FD interest income. That interest income will be clubbed in the hands of Ramya, whereas Ramya's son, who is a 14-year-old, is playing cricket. It is his sole income. This income cannot be clubbed. But he has to file the income tax return, but he doesn't have a capacity contract as per section 11 of the Indian Contract Act 1872. That's why Ramya or husband, okay, one of them will sign. They are called deemed assessees. So taxation of minor's income to RMRs. Any income of 80U referred child, specially able, unfortunately it is blind, so orthopedically challenged, especially able child, any income, left side, plus normal child income earned by SKEM, S-K-E-M, you remember the short form, skill, knowledge, expertise or manual work. So left side, I mean the left side only, specially able child, any income, no income earned by your skill, knowledge, expertise or manual work. All these incomes cannot be clubbed. It is the children's own income, but children cannot sign. Elders, especially the parents, can sign. Such parent who signs is called
deemed assessee.
Deemed assessee.
Deemed parent nahi hai, Aarti. Parents
Deemed assessee, sir.
Deemed as assessee. Deemed assessee. So he will be responsible for answering. Whereas any other income of the normal child, FD interest, 3-year-old child going to the Canara Bank and say, uncle, FD form, not possible. Parents would have used the brain. Parents would have kept a FD. That interest income will be clubbed in the hands of such a parent, either father or mother, whosever total income is highest in the first year of clubbing. Assuming Ramya's daughter, 3-year-old, FD interest is 4 lakh. Ramya is a CEO of a corporate earning 60 lakh rupees. Ramya's husband is a house husband and he is not having any income, zero. So in that case, the income of the child will be added in the hands of Ramya and not in the hands of her husband. And it continues to be clubbed in the hands of herself only, unless income tax officer has reason to believe that, no, I want to shift it to her husband. Maybe after 5 years, husband's income is becoming 100 lakh, her income is becoming zero. In that case, you may club, but normally they don't do, because if you keep continuing, by 18 years, the child will become major. No? After major, there's no question of clubbing. And very important, such a parent in whose hands income is clubbed under section 64 within the bracket 1A shall be given a huge exemption of GGB 1,500 per minor child.
Per child.
Up to maximum, how many children, Aarti, you have?
Any number of children.
You have 2 children. No, what?
Yes, sir.
I have somebody you have. You have. So you have. Hey, uncle, Rahul, uncle, auntie ko, uncle ko.
For uncle, any number of children.
Uncle. So 1,500 per any number of children. So now Rahul wants 15,000 exemption with God's grace. Okay. Then he has to have 10 children. So 10 children you need to have. Otherwise, exemption will be restricted only to number of children you have. Now, Rahul, what do you want to have?
Children can
Minus.
be anywhere, right?
Come again?
Children can be anywhere, no?
Children can be anywhere, but it should be from the same factory from where? Next, shall we continue? Yeah, I don't know whether you should explain. So you cannot go and start manufacturing in the neighbor's factory, no? Factory आपका ही होना चाहिए. So that's what the output should be from your factory. Do you want me to further explain?
No, sir, we'll talk later.
Children can be anywhere. No, I don't have to talk later. Okay. So I'm talking about a serious matter.
Sir,
So it should be-
exceptional case.
so children can be from your own source. So it should not be from other source. Maybe side income. I told you, Chinese couple, not India. India don't get inspired. Chinese couple had a kid. So husband came and told him like this, like their face, like So Chinese have been very much Chinese nonsense fellows. Okay. So God created Earth, South Africa, something like this, America, like India, like this. And came to China, he was frustrated. He told Microsoft people, please give your command on that. Copy paste, copy paste. All look same now. Almost all of them what? Control C, Control V. Correct? No. So Chinese couple had a kid. So then husband came and told, what? Me no come, you no come. How come baby come on that? So she said, maybe side income from other source. Out of syllabus, we'll not discuss it. So coming back. So Anshuman, are you satisfied with the answer? Do you want me to further? Enough now? Right. So clubbing is going to happen in the hand of that parent whose total income is highest in the first year of clubbing, and the exemption is 1,500. That's it. Any number of children. Fine. And child normally should be your own. On a serious note, stepchild and adopted child are always considered as your child. As per General Process Act, child includes stepchild as well as stepniece child. Anshuman, stepchild bola correctly sunna hai. Okay, and what? Adopted child will also consider as a your own child. Exemption milega. Exemption milega. Fair enough. Like Sushmita saying, before your marriage, she has adopted the children, she will get an exemption. Right, coming back. So SSC means a person who is liable to pay tax. So representative SSC, deemed SSC, SSC in default. So Pawan, okay, the income department issues a notice. I have reason to believe that you have income. You are not filed the return. You are looking somewhere else when she is teaching. So what is the reason? You explain. So they issue a notice. When they issue a notice, when they issue a notice, even if notice bad mein gaya, he throws it. He is SSC in default. He has not respected the law of the land. Okay. He may not be an SSC at all, but he still have to respect, saying that, sir, I don't have any income. The car which you saw where she was driving is my girlfriend's father's, what you call boyfriend's income, etc. And why should I pay the tax? So he should have given the explanation. If he has not given the explanation, he is called SSC in default. So income tax is a tax on total income earned by an SSC during the previous year, chargeable to tax and assessment year. For all of you writing in November 22, previous year is 21-20. The year in which you earn income is called previous year. Immediate next year, the notional year is called assessment year. Previous year is a real year. Assessment year is 12 months. The definition of assessment year is 2 within bracket 9. Assessment year is a period of 12 months commencing on 1st April every year. Every year it should commence on 1st April. It's always 12 months. It cannot be less than 12 months. It cannot be more than 12 months. Previous year is the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. Normally 12 months. In the following two cases, it can be lesser than 12 months. Proviso to section 3. When new business arises in the middle of the year, and Anshuman becomes a CA and starts a Panipuri business. Can CA Panipuri, okay? So if he starts in the middle of the year, somewhere on the 14th of February, if he starts, previous year for such source, only for such source, 14th February to 31st March. 31st March ko to end hona hai. Or you get into the new business or new profession or new source of income arising. Okay. So we Pawan purchased one new house property on 1st of January. Previous year for that source of that particular house is 3 months. Now 2-3 points to be noted. Source is different from head. There are only 5 heads. Okay. So Anshuman, unmute. What is that Ravana can do, but Rama cannot do?
Grow heads.
No, grow heads kaise? Only 10 hai. Okay. So what is that Rama can do, but Ravana cannot do? Ulta. It's very simple. What is that Rama can do, but Ravana cannot? Wearing a t-shirt. Rama can wear a t-shirt. Ravana कैसे 10 head है ना, कैसे लंगा जैसे wear करेंगे? नहीं होगा. Next, what is that Ravana can do alone, but not Rama? Group discussion alone. क्या? Group discussion alone. Answer. जोर से answer. ठीक है. Come back सुने. Because serious discussion in between small deviation. So when you talk about the previous year is normally 12 months. It can be lesser than 12 months. Two cases. Now 2 points to be noted. One head, there can be multiple sources. I am working for Aditi in the morning, Pratibha in the afternoon, Ramya for evening. Three different sources. Even though it is only one head. I have 5 house properties, 5 different sources, only one head. I have got 10 different businesses, 10 different sources. समझ में आ रहा है? SB interest is a source, FD interest is a source, National Bank is a source, Cooperative Bank is a source. So it can be each source. So we are talking about previous year for each source can be less than 12 months in the first year only, when the new business or the new source arises. What is the logic in it? Beautiful explanation. My house property friends should know now. Now, Pawan is having already 2 houses. Both are self-occupied. Annual value is nil. 2 house properties, he can take it as nil. 23 within the bracket 2. He can take 2 properties nil. My new friends, if you do not know much about section, don't worry, relax and chill. It is better if you learn, but if you don't know, also relax and chill. CAP students, I hope you reasonably know the sections. Okay. 23 subsection 2, 2 house property nil. Now, if you purchase one more property, that's also for self-occupation. One in Rajanagar, one in Vijayanagar, one in Chagradanagar. For the latest one. Okay. So morning is in Rajanagar, afternoon is in Vijayanagar, evening with the latest one. Okay. So he is in the what? Chagradanagar. So you purchase a property on 1st January. That is also self-occupied. Then the law says it is deemed to be let out. It's 2 property. Deemed to be let out. If this point would not have been there, you would have paid tax for 12 months, even though you purchased the property on 1st January. Even though you purchased the property on 1st January. That's why for that new property, for that previous year, it is only 3 months. Next year, it is always going to be 12 months. Second reason why that previous year is important. I am doing a Pani Puri business. I wanted to do a Pani Puri business. I have taken a building on rent from Divya. I have taken it on rent, 1 lakh per month rent. First April I have taken. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic, I could not start. So 9 months, I didn't do anything. 1st January only I started, last year. So I paid the rent for 1 lakh into 12 months. I hope I'm reasonably clear in my communication.
Yes.
1 lakh into 12 months. And I'm a little fast because the revision class, I'm definitely not slow like a regular class. Thoda, if you want me to go a little slow, I'll do it. But too slow nahi hoga. So 1 lakh into 12 months rent diya ho. I paid 12 lakhs rent. But my new source came into picture only from 1st January. That means the rent expenditure can be claimed only from 1st January. First was waste. I cannot claim it as a expenditure. Understanding? Unless if you are a company, if you consider it as a preliminary expenditure, CA final 35D, 1/5 expenditure can be claimed. If it is a part of the preliminary expense. If it is not a part of preliminary expense, you cannot claim. Understanding? Right. So previous year, section 3, 2 within bracket 4, ready with section 3. Next, chargeable, crucial section. Your battery can, laptop cannot work without charge. Mobile cannot work without charge. You cannot without, what do you call charge? At least 10 times a day, you keep on charging, no? So, charge is necessity. Without charging, nothing work. Any taxation law. I import goods from Japan, custom duty gets attracted. In a loose language of sales tax, I import goods from Goa to Karnataka. There is no custom duty because it is not from outside the country. So to attract custom duty, you should import it from outside the country, outside India. India is defined under section 2 within bracket 25 capital A. Then the definition of India also 2 within bracket 25A. Basically refers to customs act. So custom duty लागू होने के लिए you should import. GST लागू होने के लिए there should be a sale of goods or rendering of services. Same way, to have income tax law, you should have income. So first, go to accounts. Any transaction, 2 RMRs, capital or revenue. Capital, 2 RMRs, expenditure or receipts. Expenditure I may not bother too much. Revenue also same. So capital receipts which are intended to give a benefit for a long period is called capital transaction. Anshuman, your wife is a capital transaction intended for a long period. Your girlfriend, semester scheme, revenue transaction. So intended to give a benefit for a long period of capital. Capital receipts are normally not chargeable because they're balance sheet items. Revenue receipts are normally chargeable because they're P&L item. Income tax is mainly a P&L subject, not a balance sheet subject. So capital receipts are normally not chargeable unless specifically included. Revenue receipts are normally chargeable unless specifically exempted. So assuming this is an income tax act, it's here way assuming act is here. So now it is income tax act. Those who want to see, don't worry, that's relevant. So now I received something from Aishwarya. Is it so? If it first I had classified based on accounts. Capital receipts are intended to be for a long period. Revenue receipts are primarily out of the revenue transactions day to day. So I received it as a capital. I search for taxation section. Kate by capital receipt nahi hai, not taxable. Revenue receipts, I search for exemption section. Nahi hai, not taxable. Sorry, taxable. So capital transaction, if there is no taxation section, Aditi Rao, it is not taxable. Revenue receipt, if there is no exemption section, they are taxable.
Taxable.
Capital receipts are normally
Not
Not
taxable.
taxable.
Specifically
Specifically included.
capital receipts are normally not taxable, not chargeable, unless specifically included. Revenue receipts are normally taxable unless specifically
Exempted.
understood. Okay, fair enough. Okay, Dhruvi Shetty. Next, apart from this, we also have some other discussion there. Special income versus normal income. The incomes for which the tax rates are given in the act itself, income of the act itself, they are called special incomes. They do not want to change their rates. Lottery income 115 BB, 30%. So web income 115 BB. So flat 60% plus 25% surcharge plus 4%, 78% effective tax rate for the deemed income, black money, Karupupana, Shivaji the boss. Next, 111A short-term capital gain. I not taught you for an intermediate student at 15%, 112. So these income tax rates, Dhruvi Shetty, are given in the income act itself. They are called special income. Law doesn't want to change, Raghavendra, these income tax rates for a long period. Whereas Sagar, normal incomes are the incomes other than special incomes. Rajesh, what are they? So salary, house property, etc., where they want to keep changing the tax rates, Akshata. So for that, every year in the Finance Act, they prescribe the tax rate. So Ananya Shetty, special incomes, the tax rates are given in the Income Tax Act itself, whereas normal income, the tax rates are given Mahima where? In a Finance Act. They change. Right. Hold on, I'll come back to that discussion. Next, burden of proof. Who has the responsibility to prove? Now, let's say, Guru has kept a video of. So who has the responsibility to prove why he has kept the video off? Guru will prove or Swadhisar will prove? Obviously, Guru will prove. So this is because burden of proof. Okay. Shetty has told the class at 7:30. He enters. He never enters late. Example. If he's entered at 8 o'clock, which never happened in my teaching career by God's grace. Okay. So if I enter at 8 o'clock, okay. So who has to prove something? Okay. So so Kalaram Muhammad Hanif case, Anjuman, okay, CFL case law. Kalaram, Kala money. So source of the income, black money kuch hai, who has to prove? SSC has to prove. SSC has to prove. Residential status of HF, VBRNM Subbaya Chettiar versus CIT on the Supreme Court decision. Hindu undivided families normally found where? In Indonesia?
India.
In India, sir.
India in Asia is called Indonesia. I know. So HF is an Indian phenomenon. He said, no, sir, our HF is non-resident. Law says you prove. HF is non-resident, department cannot prove because it is Indian phenomenon. If you say the non-resident, SC himself has to go. Whereas individual, Tejaswini is holding the suitcase and frequently travel. Today morning she is in India, so night she is in Bangalore. Morning she gets up in Japan. Evening she is actually in UK. Keeps traveling. Okay, big Kiran Mazumdar Shatar, businesswoman. So she keeps traveling. She said, "I'm a non-resident. I was there in India only for 59 days." Department has to prove whether she is a resident or not. So burden of proof first. Next, mutuality. Mutuality. Income from mutuality. I purchased this pen for 100 rupees, sold to myself. Today I had a wish of having a masala dosa. Yes, sir, masala dosa sell me 80 rupees. I sold this pen to myself at 180 rupees. I 80 rupees profit, masala dosa. Next, tomorrow I want to eat a besan ka laddu. So how much is a laddu cost, sir? He says 50 rupees. I sell one more pen, 100 rupees. Sell to myself at 150, eat 50 rupees. Possible? If you say possible, I'll earn 1,000 rupees from you. Because Niman says, if you admit some mental cases, 1,000 rupees will give us. Possible? Not possible.
Not possible.
You cannot make income by selling to yourself. Like Anshuman, can you have a child by marrying yourself? Probably not possible. I don't know. Think about it. Okay, so you cannot have income by selling to. So it may be stupid, but remember that. Stupidity you'll be able to remember. So you cannot make income by selling to oneself. That's mutuality. So Hanuman Nagar Ladies Association. When 5 ladies raise your hand, quick reaction. Quick. Rajul, Rajul is about to raise. Sak. Okay. So, sak. These 5 to 7 girls are the members of Hanuman Nagar Ladies Association. Okay. Good. Beka security ko jana. So, Hanuman Nagar Ladies Association, these 5 to 6 members. Okay. So, they form an association, collect money. Let's say 5 lakh rupees per member. They collect. They celebrate Ganesha festival, they do it. So Janmashtami, Ramzan, everything they celebrate. And finally they have 6 lakh rupees income. Bacha hua nahi re, Anshuman. Bacha hua income, that income cannot be taxed. It is something like, I keep 100 rupees in the pocket and take out 60, 40 cannot be called income. Am I too fast?
No, sir.
All of you are comfortably catching? It is a revision class.
Yes.
Right. So those incomes are not taxable. Income from mutuality. But there are 3 exceptions. Number 1, lower hand. Number 1, 28.7, 28.7A and 224.7. How did I miss it? 224.7. What is 224?
Income.
4th February, the great personality is born. Deepa. In February month only you are born now. Deepa, Alvin,
Yes,
you
sir.
are born in that month. Probably you are also born in the same month. Twins, can it be 2 different birthdays? Possible. 11:58 and 12:2. Right. Agatava. The very rare case. Okay. Right. So where are we?
Exceptions to the concept of income.
So 224.7A. 7 you'll understand easily. Okay. So income from the activity of mutuality of insurance business. Hold on. 224.7A is easy. Anywhere in Bangalore or Chennai or any city where you're staying, you'll find lot of cooperative societies. Pattina Sauharda Cooperative Bank. Pattina Sauharda Niyamita, something like that. Okay. So cooperative bank I'm talking about. Cooperative society. Cooperative society collecting money from members, spending for members. Bacha hua is actually mutuality, but is still taxable. So income of a cooperative society by providing credit facility to the members, income of a cooperative society as a mutual insurance company by doing insurance, even though it is with members, taxable. And 28 within the bracket I. 28 within the bracket 3, income of a trade, professional or other similar association by rendering specific services to its members. Karnataka State Chartered Accountants Association, Bombay Chartered Accountants Society, BCS, very effective and functional. The members are chartered accountants. They collect money from the members. They do some conference, etc., only for the members. And Bacha hua finally is going to be taxable, even though it is a mutuality. Even though it is a Pajnapai, it is a mutuality. Understood? Right. Next, we had diversion of income versus application of income. Diversion means at the source itself, you transfer the right to receive money. Git and Paul X-ray Private Limited, Allahabad High Court decision. Father X, mother X, LBM son X. Now, today's children, they don't take care of the parents. That's a father who is having a business. He told, I will transfer business to you provided you give at least 30% of the income earned to your mother. So, and he writes, and son agrees, and father contacts. Before even the business is done by the son, he had an obligation to transfer 30% to his mother. So next year, if he earns 10 lakh income, 3 lakh rupees will be transferred to the mother, 7 lakh will be his income, 3 lakh is called diversion. Diverted income is not going to be taxable. So whereas his income will be 7 lakh. In the hands of the mother, 3 lakh may be income, but if she's 60 plus years, it's always going to be below taxable. Right. Then a connection of application of income. So Rahul, you transfer 2 lakh rupees to your girlfriend. Application or diversion? Jaldi.
Application.
Application. Kyo?
Sir, future investment.
Allah. Next, I would have told some stupid explanation, but that explanation is very, very apt. Tell me anybody. Why application? Hello, Chandan, hello. How will Rahul and Chandan. Triangular series. Hello, Chandan. Hello. Why? Because do you have a girlfriend now? Wait. Permanent Allah. Rahul, you have a girlfriend now?
No, sir.
No. Why? Because you don't have income. Girlfriend comes only when you start earning income. So after the income, girlfriend comes. That means after the right to receive, you are transferring. So that's not going to be exempted. So diversion is not going to be taxable. Application is taxable. So Rahul's income 10 lakh. His girlfriend's he transfers 3 lakh to her. His actually left out income is 7 lakh, but still he has to pay tax on 10 lakh. And his girlfriend also has to pay the tax on 3 lakh.
3 lakh.
Unless she is 60 years plus basic exemption limit. I know experience. So if yes, what do you call it? I have a girlfriend who is around 70 years, 80 years. In the try money. Fine. So diversion of income is not taxable. Application of income is taxable in the hands of both the parties. So contextually, key man insurance policy. Key in any subject means important. You left your 3-floored building and went to Himalaya. You're not bothered as long as you lock properly. On the way, somewhere in Mumbai train, you realized you have put the lock, but you have not put the key properly, and you come. Key also left in the key, house only. You'll come back immediately the next flight or whatever. Correct? No, because it's a key factor. It's albedam. So key factor is an important factor. Key factor is important. So key man, who is key man? Important person. Infosys, 10 top project managers. So they are called key persons. They are developing a project for a banking software. Unfortunately, the 2-3 software engineers, they die. Suddenly, this project gets stuck. So that's why to protect against the interest of the company's interest of the company's interest of the sneha, interest of the sneha, interest of the sneha. Okay, so to protect the interest of the company has taken a policy on the important persons of the organization. Premium paid is allowed under business income section, general reduction section.
37.
37.1.
37.1. It is allowed under 37.1. Whereas that key man insurance policy, employer receives, it is a business income. Employee receives, it is a salary income. Anybody else receives income from other source. Example of one receipt being taxed under 3 different sources, heads depending upon circle. Now the question here is, why will employer receive? So if the employer, 10 years, he has taken a policy. Employee doesn't die. Then he says, yeah, I thought you will die within 10 years. You didn't die. Take the money. That is called transfer. Now 2 RMRs. He does this assignment after the policy matures. Employer also has to pay the tax. Employee also has to pay the tax because it is a application of income. Before the due date of maturity, maybe 15 days, 1 month, 1 year before, he says, he tries to insurance company on the maturity, give this money to the employee. Then employer doesn't have to pay. This is called tax planning. There is a diversion of income. Employer has to pay the taxes. Did you hear? Diversion of income is not taxable in the hands of transferor. Transferee, it is regular revenue receipt, may be taxable. Application of income, there is a double taxation. Transfer also will pay the taxes. Transferee also will have to pay the taxes. Next, in the context of charge, tax planning means reducing the taxes legally and morally, taking the benefit of the law by taking A, B, C, D, E, R. Allowances, depreciation is an allowance. Now you should know better. Benefits, there are a lot of benefits which are extended if you are setting up an industry in a backward area. CFL Maga, ATIA, ATIB, 10AA, ABI, finally, SEZ units, Bharat, interly. Then C, concession rate of taxes for certain special company, 115 Babu. Remember, 15%, it can be as low as that. Deductions, plethora of deduction. 16 is a salary reduction, 24 is the house profit reduction, 30 to 37, one is the business reduction, chapter 6A reduction. A, B, C, D, E, exemptions, R, rebate, relief. So section 89. So by this means if you reduce the taxes, that's called tax planning. Pratiksha is having 5,40,000 income. Actually, she is taxable. She invests 50,000 in LIP. Total income will become 4,90,000. Below 5 lakh, 87 year rebate, tax payable 0. समझ में आ गया? So fine. Next. So tax evasion, tax planning is perfectly legal. Tax evasion is perfectly illegal, immoral and illegal. So P&L account only Aditi Bangles business. Exaggerate example. Buy sales 1,000 lakh. To expense 10 lakh. Exaggerated I said. Same example. Buy sales 1,000 lakh. To purchases 10 lakh. She says 0 doesn't have any value. She removes 1 0 from here and puts here. 1,000 minus 10, 990 has become 100 minus 100, 0. And tell the department, this is my P&L account. This is called tax evasion. So I make a beautiful example. Tax avoidance is unconde. You know? Unconde. So law would have said something, but you understand a different way. Gift issued from Chandan, 50,000 rupees exempted. Now Anshuman says, what Chandan is giving, I will also give 1,000 rupees. 51,000 rupees when I receive, above 50,000, entire 51,000 is taxable. But some scrupulous people say, no, only 1,000 is taxable. 10,000 plus if you make a cash payment, Divya, KP, 12,000 rupees you pay, entire 12,000 is disallowed. But some people try to say 2,000. Now, nobody can try to do that. So this is called tax avoidance. It may look legal because it may be going by the script of the law, but it is immoral. It is immoral. Tax planning, drinking orange juice, nothing wrong in that. Tax planning. That's tax planning. Tax evasion is taking drugs, illegal and immoral. Smoking cigarette in your own house is legal, but it is immoral. Okay, beautiful example. Public andre aste now nimmanna alle smoke madbidtini pakka. Okay, so illegal is tax planning is legal and moral. Tax evasion is illegal and immoral. Tax avoidance discharge. It may be legal हो सकता है, लेकिन it is not moral. समझ में आ गया?
Yes.
Tax management is no way connected to this. Like in costing, you have joint products and byproduct. They are connected. Co-product is totally different. When you from a common process, equal important items come out. Crude petrol, crude diesel, crude kerosene. They are called joint product. From a common process, one main product and one byproduct comes. Then main product and byproduct, sugar, molasses and bagasse. So they are from a common process. They are connected. Whereas I am a Maruti. I manufacture Jeep here. I manufacture car here. I manufacture cycle here simultaneously. They are not coming from a common process. They are called co-product. Same way, tax planning, tax avoidance, tax evasion are connected. tax management is no way connected. What is tax management, Shweta? Try to follow the rules, regulations, procedures, and maintain the document, etc. That is called tax management. If you are an employee, he says, "Sir, I invested 1 lakh in the LIC. Take a proof and keep it." PPF, he has invested 50,000. Proof, keep it. In a mediclaim, he has given. Keep a proof it. Then the Form 16 issue karo on time. TDS payment karo within 7th of next month. All these things, what you do within the law, that's called tax management. Samajh mein aa gaya? All of you understood?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Now, what is the tax rate? I'm coming back. What are the tax rates applicable? There are 7 categories of persons. Let me come back ulta. Intermediate level company, etc. not so important, but nevertheless. Foreign company, 40%. Domestic company, 30%. However, if you're a special company, 115 babu, 22%, sorry, 25%, 22%, 15% respectively. Okay. So one more is during previous year 1920, if your turnover is less than or equal to
400 crores.
400 crores, irrespective of your other conditions, your tax rate is 25%. 25%. So next, I think if you're getting confused, I'll go forward only. Let's go down. Tax rates for individual, HF, AOP, BY, AJP. All the 5 categories. Up to 2.5 lakh, nil. 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. Above 10 lakh, 30%. Up to 5 lakh rupees only for individual, total income. Resident individual, there is 87-year rebate of rupees 12,500. If you are a resident individual only. Next, all the 5 SSCs, if your total income is above 50 lakh, there is a surcharge of 10%. Above 100 lakh, 15%. Above 200 lakh, 25%. Above 500 lakh, 37%. However, for those 5 SSCs, 111A special STCG, 112A LTCG, and dividend income. I discussed this percentages. 111A, 112A, and dividend income. Maximum surcharge on those
15.
income cannot exceed 15%. Excellent, fine. Next, in all the cases, wherever tax is applicable, add 4% HEC. Health and education, 4% on tax, including surcharge. So next, so individual HF ho gaya. Next, if you are a resident individual, so Rahul uncle, 62 years. Resident uncle, 62 years, basic exemption limit is 3 lakh. Whereas Rahul, next year, 90 years.
Aarti auntie.
So Aarti auntie, who is 99 years, resident Aarti auntie, sorry, so who is 80 years and above. 80 years is danger, 80 or 60 years. 1st April birthday, 1 day before itself, they'll become 60 years. 1 day before, 31st March, be careful. 1st April is your birthday, you will become 60th year on 31st March. You don't have to wait for 1st April, important point. So, about 8 years and above, the basic income limit is 5 lakh. They directly start from 5 lakh. There is an alternative scheme applicable to individual HF called new scheme 115 BAC. I have not taught you any as of now. So if they forego certain benefits like standard action, so interest on housing loan, etc., then they will get a different tax, which I'll discuss in detail. Maybe the second revision session, not now. We are not discussing. But remember, so individual, so person include individual HF. इसका हिसाब से 5 category हो गया. Next, partnership firm, 2 within bracket 23. Firm includes LLP. Throughout the discussion, firm and LLP are same. Flat 30% tax. Cooperative societies. Anybody?
Tax
Above
10,000. 10.
Before that, firm and local authority 30%. Cooperative society up to 10,000.
10%.
10%.
10%.
Not nil. They do not have basic exemption limit. It is 10%. 10 to 20,000, 20%.
20%.
20,000, 30%. Categories हो गया, firm हो गया, local authority, cooperative. Then company, domestic company, foreign company. Foreign company 40% full stop. Domestic company, if your turnover in the previous year 1920 is less than or equal to
400 crore.
then 400 crore, then it is 25%. Otherwise, it is 40%. First point.
20%.
Yeah, if you're a domestic company, subject to foregoing certain benefits, the tax rate may be either 25% or 22%, or it can be even a 15%. 15% 115 VAT. Where if you're a domestic manufacturing company, then you forget some profit. Whenever 15% and 22% cases, from rupee 1 tax, surcharge is 10%. Surcharge kitna hai? 10%. HEC. There is no other. Whereas all other companies, domestic company up to 1 crore, there is no surcharge. Above 1 crore, it is 7%. Above 10 crore total income, 12%.
12%.
Foreign companies, tax rate odititane. Adike surcharge up to 1 crore meal, 1 to 5 crores, 2%.
2%. Above 5%.
5%.
समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
You're able to
Yes.
reasonably recall?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay. Now quickly, let us write 1 or 2 small questions, special questions. Write down. Tax lab note ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. I'll be showing the material also. Am I fast? Are you comfortably absorbing what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
Comfortable. Okay, great. My non-cap friends, if you find it little faster, maybe again you can go to that YouTube and you can pause and see. Okay, we'll make it public in you. Mr. Chandan, name is important. Name, nature, date. Name, nature, date. I'm not going to do easy questions. Straight away, standard questions. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chandan, salary income 40 lakh. Salary income 40 lakh. Rent received 20 lakh. Rent received 20 lakh. Municipal tax paid 4 lakh, including 1 lakh of last year, within the bracket, including 1 lakh of last year, earlier years, including 1 lakh of earlier years. Yeah, KP, since morning I'm telling you, you're not active. Cute every pincher, Deepa, pincher.
Sir, I didn't yawn, sir.
You didn't yawn, but you are not in the class. You're in the class, but not active. Sorry. You're in the class. Active nahi hai. Pinch pade avlige, Deepa, pinch pade. Illa nin pinch padtane matte. Jora pinch padawa. Avulu nagtavale pinch padadaga. Yen pinching madada, in pinch pade ile. Next. Illa nanu punch madtane. Next what? Yeah. So what is sorry? So fine. Then Pani Puri business loss. Pani Puri business loss 4 lakh. Super. That's it. Compute tax. Compute tax. If investment in LIP, investment in LIP, life is a premium, self 40,000, parents 10,000. Okay. Business loss कितना बोला मैंने?
4 lakh.
4 lakhs.
And also can just add one more point there. FD interest received, somewhere can add FD interest received. $3,60,000. 3,60,000. Start short. We'll write in short and fast. Particulars rupees. Number 1. Income from salary. I have given income from salary only. It's already computed. What are the wordings used? Observe the words. Observe the words. I was very categorical in my word. क्या बोला था मैंने? Salary income बोला था?
Salary income.
Yes.
Sir.
50,000 transaction देना पड़ेगा. Salary income within the bracket computed. Be careful. Straight away second column. 40 lakh. 40 crores rupees. New friends, just draw a line. Particulars, the first column, the second column. Straight away, second column, you write the figure, 40 lakh. Next, number 2. Income from house property. Income from house property, underline all inner column. GAV, no further information, go by the rent. GAV, rent. I think it is 20 lakh. Inner
Yes.
column. Plus municipal tax actually paid by owner. Underline municipal tax actually paid by owner. In the bracket, greening cash basis. Which year it belongs to Bad mein gaya? Cash basis. I think it is 4 lakh.
Yes, sir.
4 lakh. Underline below that 16 lakh is NAV. Now NAV. Less deductions under section 24. Keep writing the sections. Deduction under section 24. Under that standard deduction under 24 within the bracket small a. Standard deduction under section 24 within the bracket small a. How much?
30% on
30% on NAV.
30% of NAV. NAV is there.
16 lakh.
16 lakh into 30%, 4.8 lakh. Are you writing all the negatives within the bracket? My
Yes.
new friends, even if you write less, always have the habit of writing negative as a within the bracket, so that by mistake also you do not add. Always write within the bracket. 4.8 lakh, small 24 within the bracket, small a. Those who are not understood, yeah. So 24a, chat marginally, 24 within the bracket, small a. Yeah. Next, small interest on loan, 24 within the bracket B. Navneet, hello, 24 within the bracket B. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಾ ಯಾರು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾ ವಾಪಸ್ 24 within the bracket B dash. So inner column only I said ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು income from house property
11.2.
11.2 lakh. Below that, point number 3, PGBP loss. Below 11.2 you write 4 lakh. So PGBP loss set off section if you want 71. I not taught you this, right? 71, just trust me. 71 set off. 72 is carry forward. Carry forward set off 71. I not taught you. Okay, trust me now. So 4 lakh. Outer column 7.2 lakh. What did you understand? Business loss cannot be set off against salary income. That's why I kept it outside straight away. Did you understand? So
Yes,
business loss cannot be set off against salary income. It can be set off against business income. Sorry, other sources. Any other salary to nahi hoga.
The same. Yeah.
Either tantra. NL3. Next number 4. IFOS. FD interest. List of
3,60,000.
3,60,000 divided by 90 into 100. Sister Bari concern is and education concern important. 3,60,000 received and the So my new friends, when the word received is used, that means they have done a TDS. When they use the word FD interest earned, then you should think it's 3,60,000. And also figure should give a vibration. So 360 here, a odd figure, something is there. So two ways, you should get stuck there. One do received word, make a circle for and. Some of you have the habit of not writing what we say. I can't help it. Some FD interest, I can't help it. I said FD interest
Received.
3,60,000. So 184A, TDS is at 10%. So received should be 90, 100 minus 10. So received word is given 3,60,000 divided by 90 into 100, 4 lakhs.
4 lakhs.
Divya KP, no mistake anymore. No mistake. 4 lakh. Second column, 4 lakh. Total up.
51 point.
So 51.2.
2 lakh.
1.2
This is called gross total income. It is called gross total income. Less deduction under chapter 6A. Deduction under chapter 6, Roman number 6 dash A. Underline ATC. ATC. Lip of self. Inner column. How much is it? 30,000.
40,000.
40,000.
40,000. Chaitra. 40,000. Next. Lip of parents.
10,000.
Renting delivery. NA.
Nil.
Power. Very good. Parents LIC get deduction sigodilla. ETC nalli. So concept I told you. Be in your avkat. You're taking life insurance on the people who have given life to you. Arti. Not possible, no? So ATC nahi milega. Some other sections will sigbodu. Ill sigodilla. Outer column 40,000. Difference. Total income. Outer column. So 50 lakh.
50.8.
50 lakh 80,000. Did you understand? 50 lakh 80,000. Total
Yes,
column.
sir.
50 lakh 80,000 total column. Actually, regular class I would have given you 1 or 2 minutes. We are mistake ಮಾಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ time ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ. Leave 2 lines. Statement of tax. That is total income. What you got is called total income, also called taxable income. Total income or taxable income. 50 lakh 80,000. Next line. Statement. Leave 2 lines. Statement of tax. Dear family members, you are in education, not to disturb or distract. 10 o'clock mantra, let them distract. Statement of tax. So underline. Mr. Chandan is circle. So individual.
Individual.
So my new friends are either. So you can do individually up to 2.5 lakh. 2 lakh. Exam only all of you do this because they expect you to do the calculation. Otherwise, the cap student now up to 10 lakhs straight away 1 lakh 12,000.
1,12,500.
But in the exam, you are supposed to write like this. One problem, write all of you. Up to 2.5 lakh nil. You're right. You're right. I'm worried you should not lose mark for stupidity. Up to 2.5 lakh nil. DJ. 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh. Office can sago itere nimdella. ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಬಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. 2.5 lakh ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಸ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಬಾಸ್ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh. Which is a bracket 2,50,000 into 5%, 12,500. ನಮ್ಮ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಇದಾರಾ ರಶ್ಮಿ ಇದಾರೆ 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh 2.5 lakh into 5% ಎಷ್ಟು 12,500. Next 5 lakh to 10 lakh
5 lakh into 20%, 1 lakh.
5 lakh into 20% कितना
1 lakh.
1 lakh. So all stop ಮಾಡಿ. So 1 lakh 12,000. So up to 10 lakh for the normal SSD. Be careful. So Rahul uncle, Aarti auntie ಗೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ because it is 3 lakh limit. Here normal 2.5 limit ಗೆ up to 10 lakh you will always get what sweetie 1,12,500. Up to 10 lakh. See Devi 1,12,500. Madhurama? Yeah. Next on balance income. On balance income 40 lakh 80,000.
Yes, sir.
50 lakh.
40 lakh 80,000.
Into 30%.
एक काम करो on balance income being 50 lakh minus 40 lakh. Just write what I say. 50 lakh minus 40 lakh.
Marginal relief.
Excellent. Very good. So 40 lakh into 30%, 12 lakh. So 13 lakh 12,500. 13 lakh 12,500. Add additional income marginally over 50 lakh. This is the crux of this question. Excellent. Not many people have observed marginal relief. Honestly, you tell me. Correct? No? How many of you observed marginal relief? Previously observed. Anybody else? RT? Okay, 3-4 people. Excellent. So, but you have to observe. I told you I'm going to use standard question only. You have to trust my statements. So, add additional income marginally above 50 lakh is equal to 80,000. 80,000. Total, how much comes to? 13 lakh 92,500. 13 lakh 92,500. Or, put a big or. Ali, whatever you got is because the margin will be. Or, tax on 50 lakh 80,000. Underline, up to 10 lakh, 1 lakh 12,500. Akshata, up to 10 lakh is 1 lakh 12,500. On balance, 40 lakh 80,000 into 30%.
12 lakh 20,000.
12 lakh
1 lakh
24,000.
24,000. Total up.
13 lakh 36,500.
13 lakh 36.
All of you keep your calculator and do it. 13 lakh 30. Athava trust assent, right? 13 lakh 36,500. Add surcharge at 10%. Add surcharge above 50 lakh surcharge. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ?
14 lakh 70,150.
14 lakh 17,000.
150.
14 lakh 14
Yes, sir.
Total.
Total, sir.
total कितना आ गया? 14 lakh 70,000 150.
160.
1470150 less green ink. Marginal income. Marginal relief. I'm sorry. Marginal relief. I'm sorry. Inner column. Additional tax. Within the bracket. That figure you repeat now. 14 lakh. 14 lakh
70,150.
minus. उधर 50 लाख के ऊपर कितना टैक्स था? 13 लाख
92,500.
50 lakh
36,500.
very good. 13 lakh 36,500. I repeat, additional taxes, the tax what you told now, repeat that. 14 lakh 14,70,150. This is the tax on entire 50 lakh 80,000. Less, what would have been the tax on only 50 lakh? Because surcharge applies only when the income exceeds 50 lakh. There's tax on 50 lakh. So our additional tax computation is tax on 50 lakh 80,000 minus tax on 50 lakh. 13 lakh 36,500.
Yes, sir.
Different additional tax. Inner column. It's worth that.
1,33,650.
1,33,650. Very good. Shweta. 133,650 less. Next line. Inner column. Additional income.
80,000.
50 lakh 80,000 minus 50 lakh.
80,000.
80,000. So difference between the two. And 1,33,000 ಮತ್ತು 80,000 difference. ಎಷ್ಟು?
53,650.
53,650. That one you take it outer column. So from the tax you minus this. How much do you get?
14,16,500. 141650.
ऊपर कितना आ गया?
1470,150 minus
No,
5.
इसके before that or के before 13 lakh कुछ आएगा ना?
13,92,500.
Some mathematical mistake you have done. What a
Sir,
mistake.
they said up to 50 lakh, it's 13 lakh 12,500.
Up to 50 lakh.
13 lakh 12,500.
But I think they gave a different figure. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a mistake. I know that because answer cannot go wrong. Okay, so repeat or in the word about it.
Sir, or tax on 50.8 lakh, up to 10 lakh, it's 1,12,500. Then 12 lakh.
Up to 10 lakh, 1,12,500. On the balance, 40 lakh 80,000 into 30% is worth 12 lakh 24,000. Total
13 lakh 36,500.
13,36,500 plus surcharge at 10%. 14 lakh.
Total 14 lakh 70,150.
ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Anyhow, including our new friends, we'll be sharing the answer written by some of the students, because for me time doesn't permit me to write on the board. So if you are confusion, we'll share this answer. Whatever they're writing, we'll share, including our new friends. कितना आगे बाबे? So 14 lakh 70,150. Next, marginal. So 14 lakh 70,150 is the calculation of tax, which everybody should do it. Everybody has done. Everybody has done.
Yes. Yes, sir.
I'm worried about our new friends. They are not used to it. I don't know. Yes. Benefit of those service the train. So so keep repeating, ma heroine.
Yes.
Is tax. So or the share ಮಾಡು ಮೊದಲು ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Up to 10 lakh ಬರ್ದಿಯಾನಮ್ಮ?
Yes, sir. 1,12,500.
10 lakh. It is 1,12,500. Next. On
balance.
Balance ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 50,000 minus 10 lakh is equal to 40 lakh 80,000 into 30%. Correct,
1 lakh. Yes, sir.
12 lakh
24,000.
So total of
13 lakh 36,500.
13 lakh
36,500.
36,500. So this is the total. Add surcharge.
10%.
Charge at 10%. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ?
1,33,650.
ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ 10%. 133,650. So the total amount
14 lakh 70,150.
14 lakh
70,150.
Then I said less margin relief. This is important. Less margin relief. Additional income.
14 lakh 70,150.
Additional income. Additional income is
80,000.
Additional tax. Sorry.
Additional
Tax. So
14
tax on 50 lakh 80,000 is 1470,150 minus tax on 50 lakh is 13 lakh
12,500.
This is a mistake what you people have done. Okay. समझ में आ रहा है? Minus 13 lakh 12,500, not 14 lakh 30 lakh something. So it's for the mother
1,57,650.
inner column 1,57,750. Yeah.
650.
1,57,650. So additional income tax. Additional tax is more than the additional income. Additional income कितना है?
80,000.
ये मैच आगा करेक्ट है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In the bracket 50 lakh 80,000 minus 50 lakh. Important. Lot of questions have been asked on this. So take care of it. 50 lakh 80,000 minus 50 lakh. It comes to
80,000.
So difference between the two is the
77,650.
77,650.
Which equals to 13 lakh 92,500.
In front of you, I am doing you see. Calculation 77,650. So the final answer is equal to this minus. Did you get the same answer at that time also?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
So,
Okay. Anyhow, there is a mathematical number which I have given you in the regular class. All of us look at it. When your income is exceeding 50 lakh marginally, Or in the case of companies, etc., above 1 crore marginally, above 10 crore marginally, then the margin relief comes. Why is it so? Now, my income, if I is 50 lakh, the tax on 50 lakh is 13 lakh 12,500. The figure which is printed here, 13 lakh 12,500. Whereas for just because income is 80,000 extra, my tax will be 14 lakh 70,000. Because the surcharge is applicable from rupee 1. Surcharge is applicable from rupee 1, moment income exceeds 50 lakh. So my additional income tax will be just because I am earning 80,000 extra. 50 lakh to 50 lakh 80,000, I am earning 80,000 extra. I have to pay 1 lakh 50,000. This is stupid. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ तो खोना पड़ेगा, कुछ पाने के लिए बहुत कुछ खोना पड़ेगा. क्यों भाई? So 80,000 पाने के लिए I am going 157,650. They said that differential amount is given as a relief. But instead of that, when you know the income is somewhere around 50.5, 50.8, 51 lakh, etc., you just go by the first approach. Up to 50 lakh, what is the tax? 13, 12,000. Additional income, you just pay 80,000. Again, surcharge add more. 13 lakh 12,500 plus 80,000 directly comes to 13,500. I give the easiest approach for doing margin relief. First option is easy. Did you understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
On that, Sayed, what you should do? So again, see, after doing again surcharge, don't add. Add HEC at 4%.
AC at 4%.
Add HEC 4%. HEC at 4%. On tax including surcharge. Bolo, kitna tha?
55,700.
700.
Total karo, jaldi.
14 lakh 48,200.
14 lakh 48,000.
200.
100.
Self-assessment tax under section 148.
Good, you're right, but I'm not allowing you to do that. Less
TDS.
TDS. TDS irbekalana. TDS. Actually, salary mailu TDS ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, but information is not available. Let us not bother. They are not done it at the less TDS under section 194 capital A. Those who don't know, 194 capital A. Chat box. 194 capital A on interest. FD interest. So yeah, please mute. So it comes to 4 lakh. How is it 4 lakh? 40 lakh into 10%, 4 lakh in the bracket. Differential amount.
Sir, 4 lakh into 10%.
4 lakh into 10%.
Oh, sorry, 40,000. I'm sorry. 4 lakh into 10%, 40,000. 40,000. Difference kitna hai? Minus 40, which is the bracket?
14 lakh 4,000.
Okay.
14 lakh 8,200.
Okay, 200. Less advance, less any other TDS, if any, we don't know. Less any other TDS, if any. Office going people should know. What else? Individual market or headache. Office going people. Less advance tax, if any. You have to pay advance tax. Advance tax, Parati, if any. Lesser, Shetty, Sweetie, Vikas, Chitra, Suparna. Lesser advance tax, if any. Add, I said, interest under section. So all these sections you don't know. Interest under section 234A, 234B, 234A. Other tara says another 234B, 234C, if any, plus fees for delayed filing of ITR. Fees for the calendar. Under section fees, F for fees 234F. Anybody go with that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 234F, if any. Just total money. Final with that amount, you leave it blank. We'll learn when we complete the syllabus, you'll learn. Total money. The final answer, what he rightly said, is called self-assessment tax. The entry section.
148.
148. Artha eldrigo. This is one special problem. Everybody understood? Example 2, quick. Till now, everybody understood? This is marginally. Marginally is important. Next, example 2. Miss Anaga, why am I giving the name individual? Company Allah. Normally, individual tax is also important. Okay. Miss Anaga, salary received 4 lakh. 4 lakh. 111A STCG. 111A STCG. Those who don't know, it's taxed at 15% flat. Starting class ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. I not taught you this. 111A STCG, 111A Ayyangari Nama, just 111 capital A. 111A STCG, 2 lakh. Salary received ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ?
4 lakh.
4 lakh.
1 lakh. Okay, 1 second. 111A 2 lakh. 2 lakh. 2 lakh. Next. Business loss 80,000. 80,000. PPF, Public Provident Fund. PPF, 30,000. That's it. Every question what I am doing is special question. Shall we start? Particulars, rupees. My new friends, I hope you are able to catch reasonably. Particulars, rupees. Salary received now. Inner column. Observe the English. Salary received, inner column 4 lakh. Less standard deduction.
61A.
Under section
16(1)A.
1.
16(1)A. And Ramya, 1A na IA na? 16(1)A. In the 40A, 1A, IA ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೇನು? 40A, 1A, IA ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೇನು? Yeah, 16(1)A. 16(1)A, 50,000. In the bracket, straight away outer column, 3,50,000. Number 2. I'm changing the order. Capital gain. Dashed 111A STCG. That has not been taught in detail, but a tax rate issue. 111A STCG. Inner column 2 lakh. 2 lakh. 2 lakh Allah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's business loss.
Business loss.
Business loss cannot be adjusted against the salary income. That's the reason why I am again giving salary outer. This is inner. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Business loss. How much? 80,000.
80,000.
So outer column कितना?
1,20,000.
1,20,000.
1,20,000. Total up.
4 lakh.
4,07,000.
4,70,000. Gross total income. Less straight away ETC. Chapter 6A. Under that 80C. All of it catching? In kada? Go kada? Go. ETC. PPF. How much is the PPF?
30,000.
30,000.
30,000. Which is the bracket? Second column straight away. 30,000. Listen. Jivan. What should you do? 30,000 you have to connect it to salary income. Dot. 111A ETC नहीं मिलेगा. Special incomes chapter 6 reductions नहीं मिलेगा. So salary income के connection को रखें. My intermediate friends, we are not taught you this. Relax and cheap. But now you connect salary income estimally 3,50,000.
50,000.
Dot. ಅಲ್ಲಿ within the bracket ಬರೀಬೇಕಾರೆ. No chapter 6A reductions. Technically completely below ಅಲ್ಲೇ. Note chapter 6A. 6A ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರೋದಪ್ಪ? 6 ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದಾ?
Roman number.
3-1.
6-A. No chapter 6A reduction. Chat box ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. No chapter 6A reductions against special incomes. Special income. Say 111A, 112A. 111A, 111 A for Aditi, comma 112 112, comma 112 A again Aditi, 112 A long term capital gains, comma 115 BB casual incomes. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್. ಸಿ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್. ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಶುಡ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ salary income ಅಥವಾ normal income. Difference कितना?
4,40,000.
4,40,000 total income. Underline. Next, statement of tax. Leave one line. Statement of tax. Left side on special income. 2 RMRs. Or 1 by 1. 2 RMRs is better. On special income, 111A. How much is the 111A? Left out 120.
Yes, sir.
1,20,000 into 15%. 1,20,000 into 15%. 18,000. Right side. Balance normal income. Total income in other minus money. Balance normal income. I think it is 4,40,000 minus 1,20,000 is equal to 3,60,000. Barabar hai?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
On balance total income of the normal income 3,60,000. All of you are catching 440 there. 120 left go to right side of the normal income 360.
Yeah.
Underline up to 2.5 lakh.
20,000.
420 banita.
Yes.
440. 320. Okay. 440 minus 120. Right side 320. Sorry, 3,20,000. Up to 2,50,000 nil. On balance 70,000 into 5%. 3,500. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Connect left with right. 18,000 ಮತ್ತೆ 3,500 connect. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 21,500. Next ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಿ.
Rebate.
87A rebate.
Less meaning. This is the way you should do it. Search registration ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ less 87A rebate. Because ಅದು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಮಿಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಮಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So less 87A rebate, resident individual, and total income lesser than or equal to 5 lakh. Condition. Nenapidiya?
Yes,
How many
sir.
problems you have done? Miss Anaga and total income less than or equal to 5 lakh. So kitna aega? Please report.
500.
12,500.
12,500. There's a very important learning in this question. Statue. What you normally think, sir, up to 5 lakh, 12,500. Nahi hai. So rebate under 87A is only 12,500. But up to 5 lakh income tax need not be 12,500 always. When you have income like this, tax may be more. Again, one more beauty. Samajh mein aa raha hai? Yeah. Again, if you find little fast after the class, load of pages will be sharing the marks. Once more, you go through it so that you can master it. Difference, how much?
9,000.
9,000.
Add HEC 4%.
360.
360.
9,360 is 148. $9,360 is what? Self-assessment tax. Everybody understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Next, example 3. Sridevi, ಇದರ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡೋದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಕ್ವಿಂಟಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾನ್ ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ FD interest received 2,70,000. Next, 112A LTCG. 112A LTCG. $1,95,000. SB interest 15,000. 15. That's it. Very one by one. Okay. Continue. Add one more. Agriculture income. ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು LTC ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ?
1,95,000.
ಬೇಡ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಬೇಡ, ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬೇಡ. ಈಗ ಬೇಡ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮುಗಿಸೋಣ. ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. LTC capital gain. First one is capital gain. Capital gain. Arti Kata. Capital gain 112A. Outer column.
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
Is that 1 lakh?
95,000.
95,000. Next, number 2. IFOS. IFOS. Under that, FD interest. Divya KP.
3 lakh. 3 lakhs.
3 lakhs.
2,70,000 divided by 90%. Vibration bante figure 2,70,000 divided by 90 into 100. 3 lakh. One more. SB interest 15,000. Total 3,15,000. What is the total? Gross total income?
5 lakh.
5 lakh?
10,000.
10,000. Old batch ಅಥವಾ office going? Anybody? Quick. New batch don't know. Old batch ಅಥವಾ office going? Anybody? Quick. Okay. Gross total income. Old batch ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಇದಲ್ಲ old batch ಒಬ್ಬರಿಬ್ರು. ಅಥವಾ office going people. What you are doing in the office ಮತ್ತೆ? That is gross total income. 5 lakh 10,000. Correct? Yeah. Next, chapter 6A. 80 TTA. SB interest ಗೆ 10,000 rupees deduction ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಕೇಳುವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಹೇಳೋದಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 6A ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ 80 TTA ಫಾರ್ ನಾನ್ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅಪ್ ಟು 10,000. ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ವಿಜಿನ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಂದ್ವಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಜಿನ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ 80 TTB. 80 TTA. What did you write? 80 TTA for non-senior. Senior citizen नहीं चाहिए. Dash SB interest only. SB interest के मात्र 10,000 up to 10,000. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ up to 10,000 ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 15,000 ಇದೆ. 10,000 ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Next. Then within the bracket like greening ಕಲ್ಲಿ for senior citizen 80 TTB. B for Buddha Buddhi. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ತೆಗೆದು ಬಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಬಿ ಬುಡ್ಡ ಸಾಲ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. 80 TTB for SB and FD both. For SB and FD up to 50,000. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ದೇವರಿಗೆ? ಅದು ವಿಜಿನ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯುವರ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್. ಪ್ರತೀಕ್ಷಾ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತೇನೆ? ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10,000 ಮಾರ್ಕ್. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಗಮ್ಮ ಕಷಾಯ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಜೀರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 5 lakh. ಚಿಯರ್ಸ್. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇಸ್ 5 lakh. Why is
TDS.
ಏನೇ?
TDS.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಿ ಟೈ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊ ಬೇಗ. ನಿನಗೆ ಏಕಾದಶಿ ದಿನ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಏನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದೆ? ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ 5 lakh. ಅವಳು ಏಕಾದಶಿ ದಿನ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಬಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ 5 lakh. 5 lakh ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಸರಿ ತಿಂದಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಲೀವ್ 2 lines. Statement of tax. 2 RMRs. Left side special income 112 LTCG. ಆದೇಶ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ವೇನೆ? 112 LTCG 1,95,000. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಯೂ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಐ ಫಾರ್ಗೆಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10,000 80 TTA ನ ಗಿವ್ ಎ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಟು 15,000 SB interest. Suppose SB interest ಇರೋದೇ 8,000 ಅಂದ್ರೆ you cannot give 10,000 up to. ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಸಮझ में आ रहा है? Up to is the word. Okay, right. or 2 RMRs. Left side, statement of tax. Those who are not attended our regular class might find it little difficult or flow, etc. So I'm sorry, because we are in a good flow. So arrow mark is like this. We teach you the charts. Left side, 111, 112A special income. How much? And then Hegde.
1,95,000.
Pratibha. Next. 1,95,000. Less
Into
relaxation.
15 divided by
1 lakh relaxation ಇದೆ 112 income ಗೆ. Less relaxation ಗೆ ಈಗ ರಾತ್ರಿ 9 ಗಂಟೆ ಹೂವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ತಗೋತಾರೆ? ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 7 ಗಂಟೆ ಬಾ. Less relaxation 1 lakh. ನೋಡಿ PD ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ MK ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ. So less relaxation 1 lakh. Difference ಎಷ್ಟು?
95,000.
95,000. ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? 112 ಗೆ ಅಂಶುಮಾನ್ 1 lakh ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಿಲೆಗಾ. So 1 lakh minus 1,95,000 minus 1 lakh is equal to 95,000 into 10%. 112 is taxed at 10%. I'm not sure whether I taught this in intermediate. Think took like no. Okay, I not taught. I'll teach you. So 112A is special income. For that 1 lakh rupees, there's a relaxation. On that excess, you have to pay 10%. So okay, I'll teach you. No, relax. Next minute. It's worth 9,500.
9,500.
Yes.
Right side. On the balance normal income. On the balance normal income. What is balance normal income?
3,05,000.
3,05,000. Underline. Tax is equal to 55,000 into 5%, 2,750. Correct? Statue. Next step, anybody?
Rebate.
How much? Okay. All of you, right side. Right, below right side. This is the beauty. This is the beauty. Okay. Below the right side only. Below the right side only. Less 87A rebate. Aditi, I am right, Baba. Trust me. Why don't you trust me? ನಾನು ಊರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ? ಲೆಸ್ 87A ರಿಬೇಟ್. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅದು? ಸೇಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಬರೀ
2,750.
27 up to 2750 nil. Right side nil ಮತ್ತೆ this is the correct presentation Anshuman. Right side nil ಮತ್ತೆ left side कितना है? 9,500. Add करो. Total 9,500 plus 4% HEC. 380 total 9,880 ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. 9,880 140 capital. Yeah, 9,880. So then a left side ಅಲ್ಲಿ 9,500 ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ? 9,500 tax ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡ್ ಇಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಶ್ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬರೀ no 87A rebate on 112A tax. 112A के ऊपर 87A rebate नहीं मिलेगा. 111A को मिलेगा. Each problem is beauty. So 112A के ದೀಪ 87A rebate ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. That's why previous case ಅಲ್ಲಿ added 111A ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. 112A ಗೆ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? No 87A rebate ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ. No 87A rebate on 112. ದೀಪ ಬಂದಿಲ್ವಾ? ದೀಪ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. No 87A rebate on 112A within the bracket. 87A available on normal tax, comma 111A ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೀರಿ. 111A ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಾಮ 112 ಅದು ಇನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ 87A rebate available on normal tax, comma 111A, comma 112 ಅಷ್ಟೇ. 112A ಅಲ್ಲ, 112. Close the bracket. Make import mark. This you will understand better when I complete capital gains. Sadyake is sir. Did you understand all of you?
Yes, sir.
So, and very important, you know that one more point. 87A rebate ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟರಲ್ಲ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. Available since total income is less than or equal to 5 lakh. Enjoyed?
Sir, TDS what happens in this?
Quality ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ
FD interest.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಅದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫೈನಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂತಲ್ಲಿ? ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್
9,080.
ಲೆಸ್ TDS ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 184A ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. ಫೈನಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಿ ಅವರೇ. TDS ಅನ್ನ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇಂದ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ, ಏಕಾದಶಿ ದಿನ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ದ್ವಾದಶಿ ದಿನ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಅದೇ 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 ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಏಕಾದಶಿ ದ್ವಾದಶಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? whatever the tax we got 9,000 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಲೆಸ್ TDS ಅಂಡರ್ 184A ಎಷ್ಟಮ್ಮ?
30,000.
30,000.
Yes, sir.
30,000.
20,120 refund.
Okay. So ಅಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, your FD interest 2,70,000 ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Less TD ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈನಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ whatever ಏನ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಫೈನಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಬಂತ ಲೆಸ್ what is I was concentrating on the rebate, less TDS under section 184A 30,000. So differential amount
Negative
20,120.
20,120 refundable. समझ में आ गया? Very good. Ali, did you write that 87A rebate available since the total income is less than or equal to 5 lakh?
Yes, sir.
Exactly 5 lakh. Exactly 5. ನಾನು exactly calculate ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. Exactly 5 lakh ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. 5 lakh 5 ವರೆಗೆ 5 lakh 4 ವರೆಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. 5 lakh 5 ಆದ್ರೆ it will be rounded up to 5 lakh 10 out. Understood? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Writing kalbari. When total income of resident individual is greater than or equal to 5 lakh and 5. In 5 lakh and 5. I'm sure you don't know how to do it. ಇದು 500,005. ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹುಡುಗಿದ್ರೆ ಪಡುಗಿದ್ರೆ ಬರೀರಿ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 5 lakh 5, then total income is rounded off under 288A. 288A to 5 lakh and 10. 5 lakh and 10, and hence no 87A rebate. So 5 lakh 4 ಇದ್ರೆ 5 lakh ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಫೋಕಸ್ MCQ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒದ್ದಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಈಗ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ if it is exactly 5 lakh 4 they will get 5 lakh. समझ में आ गया सबको?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next example, quick. Salary income 4 lakh. Salary income 4 lakh. Deepa? ಏನಾಯ್ತು? Salary income 4 lakh. Income from growing and selling. Income from Devi, income from growing and selling T 2 lakh. 2 lakh. Ali, before that, name haki. Uncle 62 years. Rahul uncle, what are rhyming? Rahul 62 years. So then order, sorry, 62 years. SB interest 14,000. FD interest received super, probably super. Okay, FD interest received 36,000. Start. This is how you have to use your brain. Start. Particulars rupees. First year, no?
Salary.
Salary income according to second column.
Yes.
How much?
4 lakh.
4
4
lakh.
lakh. Next number.
PGBP.
Excellent, excellent round.
40
Excellent.
plus.
PGBP 2 lakh into 40%.
40%.
Very good. Rule 7, 7A, 7B, and 8. Partly agriculture, partly. So tea it is 60-40. Coffee it is normally 75-25. But if it is roasted, grounded, etc.
35.
35?
60.
60-40 only. 60-40. 35-65 is rubber.
Rubber.
Right. So 2 lakh into 40%. Business income is kami. Agriculture income always jasti. 2 lakh into 40%, 80,000. Next, number 3, IFOS. IFOS, inner column, SB interest, how much? 14 or 15?
14,000.
14.
Next, FD interest, 36,000 divided by 90 into 100. 40,000. Calculator ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ okay? 36,000 divided by 90 into 100. ಎಷ್ಟು 40,000. ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡೋದು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ 54,000. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು? 5,34,000. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ. 5,34,000 ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್. ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿ ಲೆಸ್ 80 ಫಾರ್ ಬುಡ್ಡಾ. 80 ಬುಡ್ಡಾ up to 50,000. Up to 50,000 for SB and FD both. 50,000 connected to other source total list 54.
Yes. 54.
Be careful ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೂಡ habit ಇರಲಿ. Have a habit of connecting. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ FD interest ಇರೋದು 30,000, you give 50,000 reduction. Negative. ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಫಂಡ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಮುಖಾಮುಖಿ ಹೊಡೆದಾ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ 54,000 ಇದ್ರೆ 50,000 ಕೊಡಬಹುದು ರಮ್ಯಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಐಶ್ವರ್ಯ? ಕಟಾವಟೆ. ರೈಟ್. ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು?
4 lakh.
4 lakh?
84,000.
84,000. This is called total income. Total income. Underline. Next. Underline. Next line. Agricultural income for tax purposes. Agricultural income is exempt. Agricultural income, which is the bracket, completely exempt under 10(1). Check. बराबर है? चाहिए नहीं चाहिए तो चाहिए. Yeah. Agricultural income completely exempt under section 10(1). Was 10 which is the bracket 1. Was the bracket for tax purpose. For the partial integration if you want. For partial integration purpose, 2 lakh into 60%, 1,20,000. Beauty. All connection ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ connection. If you enjoyed, I'm happy. 2 lakh into 60%, 1,20,000 underline. That is not a part of total income. Not a part of total income. समझ में आ रहा है? Yes. Next slide. Statement of tax. Step 1. Add AI to non-agriculture income. Add agriculture income to non-agriculture income and compute tax. Within the bracket, what is the agriculture income? 1,20,000 plus 4 lakh?
84,000.
84,000.
So tax on 2 lakh plus 4 lakh 84,000. Tax on 1,20,000 plus 4 lakh 84,000. Tax on 6 lakh 4,000. Barabar?
Yes, sir.
So is equal to 1,04,000 into 20%. Kitna? 20,200 plus 12,500. Is it 32,900 or 32,400? Kitna aata hai? Check madi. Up to sorry. He is 62 years. Very purpose. 62 years. Up very. Up to 3 lakh nil. Miss ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. That is the purpose with which I gave. Up to 3 lakh ಎಷ್ಟು? Nil. Next. 3 lakh to 5 lakh. 2 lakh into 5%. Be careful. 10,000.
10,000.
5 lakh to 6 lakh 4,000.
4,000.
It is a bracket 1,04,000 into 20%.
20,800.
20,800. Total karo. Are you getting my point? up to 3 lakh nil. 3 lakh to 5 lakh. Try 2 lakh into 5%, 10,000. Then 5 lakh to 6 lakh 4,000. 1 lakh 4,000 into 20%. It's 1,000.
800.
800.
50,000.
800.
800. Phone de pe dinuna 50,800. So total 50,800.
30,000.
Total
30,800.
Next, step 2. Step 2. Compute tax on
Agriculture income and basic expense.
tax on agriculture income plus BEL. Agriculture income and BEL. Is the
4 lakh.
1,000 plus 3 lakh.
agriculture income is the 1 lakh 20 plus 3 lakh 420 4 lakh 20,000. So 1 lakh 20,000 5%, 6,000. Kadalva 6,000. So step 3. Step 1 minus step 2. Very good. Good retention. Step 1 minus step 2. कितना आता है?
24,800.
24,800.
4,000.
24,800. Then
HSC. Rebate.
rebate. Again, you are missing the trick. This is where trick. Every question today, what I done, go through again. Again, rebate. Missed it. And then, let's rebate under section 87A. Total income does not include agriculture income, which is below 5 lakh. Let's rebate under section 87A. Within the bracket, total income is 4,84,000 chat.
Yes, sir.
Be careful. Utakta idea. Let's rebate under section 87A. Estama 12,500 up to. So this is one more reason, Anshuman, where rebate can be even below 5 lakh rupees income, but the tax may be more than that. So 12,500 difference.
12,300.
1,300 add HEC 4%. This ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದೇ order.
490.
490 total.
12,792.
492.
492. So final answer how much you get? 12,000.
792.
12,792. So the total step 1 minus step 2 is equal to tax payable minus 87A rebated 12,500. 12,492 less TDS idea. TDS idea.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How the TDS? How the
FD interest.
okay. Less FD interest. TDS on FD interest 184A 944 class.
4,000.
And I'll stop. 4,000.
4,000.
40,000 to 10%. 4,000. What are the yeah?
Yes, sir.
So difference.
8790.
92.
92,288 B.
8792. 8792. Next slide. You are right. Tax rounded up to nearest to 10. Pratiksha. Nearest 10 under section
288 B.
288.
Auntie Bandru, hey, no, uncle. Auntie Bandru, 288B. Finally, she came. 288B. 288B. Kitna aata hai?
8,790.
790.
8,000?
790.
8790. So tax has to be rounded up to nearest to 10. 8790. Under that, 140. 140 capital. 140 capital. समझ में आ रहा है सबको? Everybody is understanding? So tax payable 140 capital A. Everybody is understanding?
Yes.
Probably the last question in this topic. Aditi. Salary income 400 lakh. $112 income 201 lakh. That's it. Total. Straight away, total income 601 lakh. 601 lakh. Underline statement of tax. 2 hours. Paru. Paru. Left side. 112. 112. Esto.
201 minus
201 minus relaxation 1 lakh. Figure vibration barbeku. 201 lakh minus relaxation. Rajit 1 lakh. Tanuja 200 lakh into 10%. 112 is what? Chaitanya 10%. Kajna bhai malkondiddene ilva? Okay. Nidde bartala paapa. Mahima malkonbiಟ್ಲು. So ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು? ಮಹಿಮಾ ಮಲ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಮ್ಮ ತಾಚಿ ಮಾಡು.
20 lakh.
200 lakh 20 lakh.
20 lakh.
20 lakh. ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತವಳೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಮಹಿಮಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 20 lakh. 200 lakh into 10% ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾವ ಕೊಂಚ ಬದಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ. ಪಟ್ಟದವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೈ ಕಾಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತೆ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಹಿಮಾ 200 lakh into 10% ಎಷ್ಟು 20 lakh. Right side 20 lakh. I'm sorry 20 lakh. Add surcharge. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಇದೇ ತರ ಬರಬೇಕು. Add surcharge. ಎಷ್ಟು ಅನನ್ಯ? Maximum 15%. Maximum 15%. ಗುರು ಕಿರಣ್, ಪಿಜ್ಜಾ, ಸ್ವೀಟಿ, ಸೈಯದ್, ಜಾಮಿಲ್, ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ. ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? CA, ಚಿತ್ರ, ದೀಕ್ಷಾ ಕಾಮತ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 111 112 ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಸರ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಸ್ 15%. 15 ಚಕ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಆಡ್ ಸರ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ at 15%. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು? 3 lakh.
Total 23.
ಟೋಟಲ್ 23 lakh. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಇನ್ಕಮ್. ಅದಿತಿ ಏಜ್ ಬಿಲೋ 16 above 16?
Below
Below.
16.
ಬಿಲೋ 6. ಅವಳು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಲೋ 16 ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. 16 ಅದೇ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು 10 lakh 1,12,500. up to 10 lakh 1,12,500. On balance 390 lakh at 30% straight away. Oh, Sridevi,
117 lakh.
on balance 390 lakh, Prajwal, very good, at 30%, 117 lakh. So total 1,18,000, 12,500. 118, 12, 500. Add surcharge at red ink. How much?
25%.
25%. 200 lakh to 500 lakh, 25%. Very good.
29 lakh 53 125.
ಅವನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ದ ಅದೇ. ಸರ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ 25%. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳೋ, ಕೇಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ.
29 53 125.
29 53 125. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರೈಟ್ ಎರಡು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಫೈನಲ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಎರಡು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕಿತ್ನಾಯ?
65 is 25.
17065
17065
625.
625.
Add HEC. ಇದು ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ. HEC is always together. HEC at 4%. Everything final tax के ऊपर. How much, KP?
682625.
68
2625.
Okay. Final answer बोलो.
17748,250.
17748
250.
25.
250 ನಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಇದಾ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
48 250 140 capital. So are you reasonably comfortable with the tax computation, which is extremely important part of your life? So now let's go through the certain important theory. This is the material which is going to be given to all of you. Your non-cap sets at the end. I'll share the number. This number, Baba. This is the number 83102. This is okay. All non-cap sets. Please text WhatsApp your name and if you require this, we'll share you this material. Okay. Right. So theory and summary points. So whatever I discussed, I'll not go in detail again. Tax 2 within bracket 43 section wise is section bad product is the total income 27 is extremely important. 3 previous year estimate year we discussed 231 charge extremely important. Surcharge table is available here itself. So the special point is surcharge on 111A, 112A and dividend income shall not exceed 15%. The surcharge for others normally, other than those 5 categories and companies, is above 1 crore 12%, like firm, corporate society, etc. Next, domestic company 1 crore to 10 crore 7%, above 10 crore 12%, and foreign company 2% 5%. 87A rebate is only for resident individual whose total income does not exceed 5 lakh. Rebate up to rupees 12,500. No rebate on 112A. Red ink note. What is agriculture income? 2 within the bracket 1A. Rent or revenue derived from an agricultural land in India. Activity which is including the marketing process. Income from farm building subject to certain conditions. So farm building should be in a non-urban area. So if I make this as urban area, from here, the population is below 10,000, is never urban. Above 10,000 plus 2 kilometers. That is if the population between 10,000 to 1 lakh. If the population is more than 1 lakh, consider 6 kilometers. If the population is more than 10 lakh, consider 8 kilometers. All these are urban area, Chandramodi. If you have land in the urban area, it is a capital asset subject to capital gain. In that area, if you are growing paddy, Bangalore city, if you are growing paddy, it is still agriculture income exempted. What I am concentrating now is a farm building in urban area is not a agriculture income. So write down somewhere. So urban land, urban agricultural land, growing paddy, growing daddy Allah is already grown. और कितना बड्डी हो जाओ वेलकम मूवी ने लेके चला होता हाँ करेक्ट बराबर है राहुल जैन
Yes, sir.
So growing paddy, urban land growing paddy, agriculture income exempt. Agriculture income exempt. Semicolon. Next line. Urban agriculture land. Urban agriculture land. Red ink color. Farm building is not agriculture income. Farm building is not agriculture income. Non-urban में हो सकता है आरती हाँ she said agricultural produce अभी fruits खा रहा हूँ बाद में देखेंगे semicolon अंगे अल्ले dash अल्ले it is a capital asset subject to capital gain. So Anjuman, urban agricultural land is capital asset. Non-urban agricultural land is not a capital asset. समझ में आ रहा है? Subject to capital gains. Right. So then I said agriculture income is partly agriculture income. This is what Divya Deepa. Rubber, coffee. Rubber is 35-65. Coffee normally 25-75, but roasted etc. 40-60. Tea is always 40-60. Sugar cane, if you are converting to sugar, fair market value of the agricultural produce is added to agriculture income, and the same is deducted from the business income. Are you there? Agriculture income is completely exempt from tax. Okay. Partial integration. The conditions for partial integration: agriculture income should be more than 5,000. Non-agriculture income should be above BEL. So for me, Shetty sir, ever young, 24 years, 2.5 lakh. Aditi, 62 years, 3 lakh. Aarti, 92 years, 5 lakh. So you have to go by that. Don't say 2.5 lakh. Basic exemption limit. Steps we discuss now. Next, section 1 is short title commencement. 2 is definition. 3 is previous year. 4 is charge. 5 is scope of total income. So depending upon the residential status, if you are R and OR, global income is taxable. If you are non-resident, only 2 incomes are taxable: received in India, earned in India. Whereas if you are R but NOR, like NR, plus income from business controlled from India or a profession set up in India. Whenever I say received include deemed to be received. Whenever I say earned include deemed to accrue or arise in India. So section 6 is a crucial section because of the amendment. Section 6.1 talks about residential status of an individual. Section 6.1 talks about residential status of an individual. Just a second. Yes. Until welcome it screen on or off welcome it. An individual is said to be resident in India if he satisfies any one of the conditions of section 6.1 or he satisfies 6.1a. So if he satisfies 6.1 or 6.1a, he is said to be resident in India. Look at this. This is a beautiful chart. 6.1 condition is he should have stayed in India for 182 days or more during the relevant previous year, or during the 182 days or during the previous year he stays for 60 days plus earlier 4 years you should have stayed for 365 days. I repeat, you should have satisfied either 6.1, 182 days, that is half year or more, is resident. Athava, if he doesn't satisfy, akkanig maduve agide then only tangi kelbeku. Akkanig maduve agide akkana jote maduve agodu ashte. Okay. Or tangi nenepide ninge ಅಕ್ಕನಿಗೂ ಮದುವೆಯಾಗಿ ತಂಗಿಗೂ ಮದುವೆ ಎರಡು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಖಾಮುಖಿ ಹೊಡೆದಾಗ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಪಕ್ಕ ಐದರ ಅಕ್ಕ ನಾರ್ ತಂಗಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕನಿಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೋ? ಸೇಮ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ರೈಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಇಂಟು ಹಿಂದಿ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್? ಲಿಸನ್. ಸೊ he stays for 182 days or more resident, 60 days or more during the relevant previous year plus earlier 4 years 365 days. For 60 days we have exception. Wait, if he doesn't satisfy this also, then he can, so 6.1a comes. You being an Indian citizen whose total income excluding the foreign source is greater than or equal to 15 lakh, then not liable to tax in any other country because of domicile, etc. Then also you are called R but NOR, resident but not ordinary resident. I repeat this. Resident but not ordinary, non-resident. So yes. Individual stays in India for 182 days or more, resident. Or he doesn't satisfy this, go to second condition, 60 days plus 65 days, doesn't satisfy this. If he is an Indian citizen whose total income in India is above 15 lakh rupees and not liable to tax in any other country, he is automatically become a deemed resident. Are you understanding? For this 60 days condition, there are some exceptions. Very, very important amendment. 100% explained question. An Indian citizen leaving India, what will you call him? Hindustan leaver. For employment or as a crew member of Indian ship, 60 days should be substituted by 182 days. So instead of it's an Indian citizen leaving, 182 days. Now, if you're already settled abroad, you being an Indian citizen or a person of Indian origin comes to India on a visit, comes back, and if your total income again is more than 15 lakh from 15 lakh rupees, then instead of 60 days, consider 120 days. If it is less than 15 lakh, less than other, then consider 182 days itself. So I repeat this. Look at me. Individual, 2 hours. Resident, non-resident. Who is non-resident? Not satisfying 6.1 or 6.1a. Non-resident, full stop. Resident, 2 hours. 6.1 or 6.1a. 6.1, if you satisfy any one of the two conditions, 182 days or 60 plus 365 days. Doesn't satisfy 6.1a. That is the Indian total income above 15 lakh. That 60 days get 2 exceptions. I am leaving India instead of 60, 182 days. Coming to India, additional point. If your Indian total income is more than 15 lakh, instead of 60, consider double, 120. Whereas all other cases, if you're small, chota mota, Indian income is only 5 lakh, 3 lakh, below 15 lakh, you have to consider 182 days only. Samajh mein aa gaya? And once you are a resident, you can be either R and OR or R but NOR. Yeah, so you can be R and OR or R but NOR. Who is this? Ikkada chudu. You are either R but NOR or R and OR. If you satisfy any one of section 6.6, so if you are R under normal condition, you stay in India. Sorry, in the last 10 years, you are a non-resident for 9 out of 10 years. 9 out of 10 years, not negative condition. You are resident but not ordinarily resident. Next, last 7 years, you stayed for less than 2 years. That is 729 days or less. 365 into 2, I told you. Then you will call R but NOR, negative conditions. First, resident hona chahiye. Once you are resident, last 10 years, you are non-resident for 9 years. Athava, last 7 years, you stayed in India for 729 days or less, you are called R but NOR. Samajh mein aa raha hai? Next, HF, same this condition. Karta sarve. Additional condition is, Indian citizen 120 days may whoever becomes R is always R but N1. 6-1A is always R but N1. Moment he comes on his way. Everybody else will be called R and OR. Everybody else will be called R and OR. So, and relationship status of a company, section 6.3, Indian company is always resident in India. Foreign company, 2 RMRs. If Kavya is in India, who is Kavya? Poem. Place of effective management is in India, resident. KMC. In KMC is the customer medical college.
Scheme manager.
Not taken in India. Else it is a non-resident. All other persons, partly in India, resident, 100% outside India, it is a non-resident. One residential status for one SSC, for one, what you call estimate here, one total income, one tax. Section 6. Section 7, incomes deemed to be received in India. So, only 3 incomes are deemed to be received in India. Annual accretion to RPF, transferred balance in RPF, and employer's contribution to pension scheme referred to in ATCCD. Referred to in what? ATCCD. Next, ATCCD is where employer and employee both contribute. Normally 10% each will be allowed as a reduction. For the central government employees, it can be 14% instead of 10%. Section 9, incomes deemed to accrue or arise in India. So section 9.1 has got 8 clauses. Just intermediate level, you just glance it. Final level, very important section is business connection in India, where you're carrying out the activity through an agent. Okay. So CSO, concluding contract, maintaining stock, or securing orders. Then if you have a significant economic presence in India, it will be called income from India. Income from salary in India, if you earn in India. Next, salary paid by Indian government to Indian embassy working outside India, deemed to accrue or arise in India. Idella deemed income. Dividend paid by an Indian company outside India. Next, 5, 6, and 7 are related. Interest payable, royalty payable, fees for technical sales. Interest payable by government of India is always income in India. Interest payable by resident, as long as it is used for activities in India. If it is used outside India, no. Interest payable by non-resident cannot be income in India. Only if it is used for business, etc. In India, it is a income in India. Okay. Next one is a gift income. We'll discuss later. Connection. Dividend, section 222. Dividend now is taxable in the hands of shareholder. It is income from other source always, whether a dealer in share or not. The dividend includes 3 RMRs: final dividend, interim dividend, and deemed dividend. Deemed dividend is AD to the power LRL. Distribution of assets, distribution of debenture or deposit certificate, bonus to preference shareholders, liquidation of company, then reduction of capital. These are the normal. L is applicable only for X company. Company in which public are not substantially interested, and you are holding 10% or more, and if you take any loan, Aditi Private Limited, where Aditi holds 12%, if she takes a loan to the extent of accumulated profit, it is called deemed dividend. All these incomes are taxable in the hands of shareholder. Earlier it was exempted, now it is not exempted. Okay, so 115 heads of income. Maybe next class we will discuss about. Before that, we also discussed this slabs. Yeah. So total income, GTM and whatever. Income of the minor we discussed. Then special income, all those we discussed. Tax rates, did we discuss? Including the surcharge. Are you there? We discussed that. 115 BSc relief, I not taught you. Margin relief we discussed. Then 224 we didn't discuss. We'll discuss in detail later. Okay. Start. Reasonably enjoyed?
Yes, sir.
Next, salary, house property, we'll see business how much ever we can. Or we'll do directly business income. I'll see the position. Okay, next class is on Wednesday at 7:30. Today I'm leaving because many of you are having office commitment, etc. You missed. Good, thank you. Thank you for joining large number. I think around 15, 20 our office people also we missed. They would have been there. It would have been good number, nevertheless. Okay, thank you one and all. Keep reading. This material will be shared. Already shared to the CAP students. Non-CAP set 83102 49327. You can always chat and we'll share the 83102 499. Yeah, we'll share the material. Thank you. Yeah, any quick 1 minute question because I got one meetings. Bye, see you, enjoy. God bless you all. I think your YouTube viewers also can leave.